Welcome to the Two EXES podcast.
Welcome. My name is David.
And I'm Ben.
And I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness.
And I am an ex-Mormon who married this ex-Jehovah's Witness.
Gay married. And we're a little worried about the future with everything going on with gay marriage. But you know what? Our relationship is good no matter what the government thinks we're called.
And this podcast has been a really incredible platform to continue to get to know some of the very, very detailed experiences that either of us have had.
No, it's so true.
With our religions.
It's almost cringe when you say that. I'm like, detailed information about masturbation or about church policies or
like today's topic, talking about conferences and assemblies.
Which sounds so boring. Like, I don't know how we're going to convince people to listen to this, but it was actually so interesting.
I learned so much.
Yeah.
I mean, especially about the meetings themselves, but also a lot of the social norms and the experiences you and your family have had.
It's very social heavy. Like, we go through a lot of like dating and other issues, like at least on my side. But then Ben had a lot of fun times at his conventions.
Well, and a lot of the conferences that I had were many more years ago in my life. Like, I'm pretty far removed from that experience, but it was interesting revisiting that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that as you're telling these stories about doodling. And I'm like, Ben, God, put your doodle away and listen.
All right.
But you weren't that old. Yeah, you were a kid.
Yeah.
You left the church pretty early. So, yeah, conventions, conferences, assemblies. It sounds as boring as they were to be there.
And you know
hopefully we make it okay.
And if you're looking at the length of this episode, thinking, how on earth can they spend this long talking about conferences and assemblies? We thought that this would be a shorter one.
Yeah, but it ended up being really cute.
And while we learned a lot, you'll have to tune in and let us know what you think. As always, please leave any thoughts in the comments. We'd love to know if there's anything that you want to hear about.
I remembered our email address.
Okay.
It's Two EXES podcast.
Okay, capital TWO.
TWO.
Oh, no, wait.
Yeah.
TWO capital EXES.
No, I don't think that matters.
All right, Two EXES podcast at gmail.com.
Do you want to try to spell it again? We'll give you another chance.
TWOEXES PODCAST.
Oh, you turned it into a little hymnal.
We'll work on that. As always, we want to thank Ethan Jennings for providing our music.
Thank you, Ethan, for helping us so much. Like, he's helped us with audio, he's helped us with other music.
Yeah.
But his songs are amazing, and we're just grateful that he associates himself with us.
And lets us use this music for free.
So thank you, Ethan.
We appreciate it.
Shout out.
And we have another shout out. Today's episode is brought to you by...
Today's episode is brought to you by your local parade of homes. Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Parade. You probably call them parades of homes.
Oh, yes. That makes sense. Oh, what is a parade of homes?
Oh, well, you can take a walking tour of the most beautiful and stylish homes that you will never be able to afford. Start feeling inadequate and destitute today. With a visit to the parade of homes. Back to you, Ben.
All right, when and where? Because
they're happening everywhere. They're happening right now.
How?
How do you not know about it?
How do I not
Thank
know
God
about...
they're advertising.
Well, geez, I feel destitute already. I can't wait to see.
There's a parade of homes near you. Google it.
Yeah, Google it. And please, someone help me not feel crazy that you didn't know what a parade of homes was.
Oh, Ben, that is so you that you don't know what the parade of homes is. But also, you didn't grow up in Utah. So, anyways,
all right.
Stick around. We promise it's going to be good. That is not a good endorsement. When anyone has to promise a
please just listen to us. Give us one more chance.
It sounds like a dry topic, but hopefully we make it good. If we don't, email us at
twoexespodcast@gmail.com.
I was hoping you were going to sing, but yeah. So stay tuned. We love you guys. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Welcome
back
to Cocktails
and Confessions.
We've got a delicious drink. What have you made for us, David?
Oh my God. Okay, so we're still in testing mode for the wedding. And since my drink for the wedding is going to be a whiskey drink, today we are trying a Boulevardier.
Boulevardier.
Cheers.
Cheers. Prost.
Prost. Okay, so a Boulevardier is... A Boulevardier, I've only had one sip, I promise, is whiskey, Campari, which I love Campari, and what was the third? Oh, sweet vermouth. So just the three elements. I feel like it needs a citrus. Like it would need a lemon. It would need an orange.
Oh yeah, something to cut through because it's
very sweet.
It's delicious, but it has that medicine-y sweet taste that you like.
I love that medicine-y sweet taste though.
It's reminiscent of a Negroni, but not a gin drink.
No, I'm telling everyone now, just in case it happens, that you know what? We need some comments out there. The internet needs to help me figure out if I have cancer, and that's why I've been smelling camp smoke for a month.
This has seriously been going on for over a month now that you've smelled burning.
And then nothing tastes right either. It's like I have perpetual COVID.
You smell other weird stuff too, like sweet stuff.
Yes, it's so weird. And then my back thing is back again.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm like, maybe I have a tumor and it's affecting my nerves. Something's on.
Or you're just working too
Somebody's
hard.
got nerve. That's what it is.
Someone's got
internet.
nerve.
Yeah, I mean, I Googled it and the internet did tell me I had cancer. So I guess I just want confirmation from anybody but a doctor.
My Charlie.
Oh no, Utah.
Oh, Utah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. So yeah. So this is one of our cocktails for the wedding, potentially. I don't know. It's good, but I don't know what I'm looking for.
Well, the recipe you looked up for the coffee boulevardier
was
also
fun,
an option.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, if people are going to be partying into the night.
Oh my God. Maybe I could sucker Regina into making us coffee infused vermouth, which she does.
Oh,
because that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Name edited. No, just kidding. It's too late. We don't know how to edit, so
we'll see.
So anyway, welcome back to Cocktails and Confessions. We are going to answer some questions that we've come up with based on the topic. Will you remind everyone of the topic?
Yeah, today we're going to be remembering and discussing memories from conferences and assemblies.
Yeah, which I'm sure we had very different experiences.
I'm sure we had very, very different experiences.
And I'm so curious to know more about the Mormon conventions. We want to keep it a little gayer, but I don't know, we've been heavy religion lately. So if anyone doesn't like that, well, we're going to try to mix it up. There's so much that we want to talk about.
And elements like conferences and assemblies were a big part of the religious structure.
Right.
So, I mean, we are exes after all.
Yes, it's called the Two EXES.
And
who happen to be gay.
Who happen
so many
to be
people
gay
are
married.
Like, we just don't want them to throw it in our face. well, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we've been conditioned to not shove it in anyone's face, so we can gay it up
from our
bit.
mothers. Just kidding. All right, so
thanks, Mom.
Conventions, assemblies, and I think you're going to go first today.
I have a question for you to begin.
Yes. Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, so what doctrinal significance or importance do conferences and assemblies have with the witnesses?
Okay, well, they will take it back to ancient Judea.
How?
With the Jewish system of things, because the Jews would meet for a festival like 4 times a year, I think. Like, like the festival of booths, the festival of something. One of these festivals ended up becoming Hanukkah. So all Jewish men and their families were supposed to travel to Jerusalem for these meetings, conventions, assemblies. I don't know what you'd call them. Festivals 4 times a year. So the witnesses are like, yeah, that's why we do this.
Biblically accurate.
So we would do, growing up, very different than now, obviously, but growing up there would always be a 1-day special assembly, 2 circuit assemblies, which would probably be akin to a stake conference.
This is yearly. There's 1 and then 2.
This is all within 1 year.
Okay.
So 2 circuit assemblies, which were 2 days each, Saturday, Sunday. 1 special assembly day, which was just 1 day, obviously. It goes without saying.
It's special.
And then 1 district convention every year. And that, when I was a kid, it would go Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then it would be Thursday, Friday, all 4 days. Full days. Back in the day, like in the 50s, it was 8 days, and it would go for 12 hours. And people would travel to because they would only do 2 of them in the U.S. So they'd go to Dodger Stadium or Yankee Stadium and camp. People would camp because they couldn't afford to pay for a hotel.
Wait, did you do this with your family?
No, so then it stopped and it was more regional after that. So we would go to Ogden.
I remember we drove
Weber
past.
State. Yeah. But yeah, so some people, it was their vacation time. They would come down to Ogden from Idaho, Wyoming, our whole district, right? and they would go to Lagoon and at night, and they would go to Cherry Hill and swim. And
it's a vacation.
so of course I always wanted that because we just drove from Salt Lake City. But yeah, okay. As far as so that's the biblical significance.
Okay,
but can I be honest that the real truth is, and I think it's true for all religions in the United States, they're a corporation. So you have to set up your religion as a corporation, and you have to legally meet a few times a year for any corporation. So I think that's the real reason that they do it.
Oh, just to make sure they have official on the books meetings.
Because at one time, like I think up until like the 60s or 70s, like every witness was a member of the corporation. So they had voting rights, and then I think they realized the problems they could have if people didn't like what they were doing at the top. So they stopped calling it a corporation, and then they were members of an organization. That's what they told us we were. Now they've changed it again, but I don't know what it is.
I had no idea that there was such political significance to these meetings.
Yeah, it's a company. Like they have to have an EIN because they're a nonprofit organization.
I couldn't even tell you what EIN is supposed to stand for.
I don't know what it stands for. I just know when you legally have a business, you get one.
Okay.
Anyways, so that's mine. How about you?
Well, I have a follow-up question for you. Was there any significance to the way that witnesses lived? Like, were you learning things? Were you putting new changes into practice from these assemblies?
Yeah, I mean, we would come home every summer from the district convention, like 3 or 4 day one, and it would be like, we are doing family worship every week from now on.
So it's the reset.
Yeah.
Is this where they would talk to elders?
No, because it was just like a group. I mean, it always fluctuated the numbers, but a group of between 4,000 and 8,000 people just sitting in the convention area, the arena, and listening to talk after talk after talk after talk. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they threw in some dramas, live dramas, where people would act out biblical scenes or modern day ones.
Musical numbers?
Yeah. It was very akin, if any of you have ever watched that Mormon movie, The Last Testament, One Fold, One Shepherd. Ben just made me watch a little bit of it. It's free on YouTube if anyone's interested.
Fascinating rewatch.
It's good for the Mormons, man. Get yourself on YouTube.
It came back to me so well.
Yeah.
It was shocking.
But it made me cringe because it was exactly like the dramas that the witnesses used to put on every summer.
And Sam is just such a bad actor.
He's so bad.
Or whatever the son's name is. Papan was fine.
Yeah, Papa was fine. The daughter was fine.
Yeah.
Wait, Papan?
Papanwa.
Papanwa, that's right.
God.
Monkey.
I need a count of how many times that kid says Papanwa.
We're on a
in
tangent,
that movie.
but now I have to say it. That I didn't understand why the Lamanites, like, temples were destroyed.
Yeah, there were already ancient ruins.
Oh, and there was ancient ruins that he was studying and drawing pictures of. So I'm like, well, what happened to those people?
Yeah, but when Jesus died.
When Jesus died, everything was destroyed in the New World. And I'm like, well, even the Jewish system went on for a couple hundred years. Right? Anyways, So tangent. Okay, so that's me. How about you? What doctrinal significance or importance do conferences and assemblies have?
Well, the biggest conference in the Mormon world is General Conference, which is biannual, twice a year, in the spring and the fall.
Okay. How many days? 2?
2 days, with a total of 4 hours each day.
Okay.
2 different 2-hour meetings with a 2-hour break in the middle.
Okay.
So this is always held, it used to be in the Tabernacle, now it's in the Conference Center downtown in Temple Square.
I wonder how many people the Tabernacle held, because that could not be very many.
We
were in there.
Yeah, and actually it's beautiful revisiting it. But
they're just pews with some cushion on them.
Yeah, like, but looking up at
miserable.
The organ is worth it for a minute, but not for all of conference. I would not choose that. I've watched conference in the Conference Center.
Yeah.
It was surprisingly comfortable.
Yeah.
Still boring, but... So the
Conference Center, that's where it's at now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So attending these conferences, I didn't realize was probably to do with keeping the Latter-day Saint Corporation, open for all of the religious benefits.
That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, it sounds like I would not be surprised if there was complete truth in that. But the significance of the conferences is that we are primarily hearing from the quorum of the 12 apostles and the prophet, who are latter-day seers and revelators. So they're telling us all of this new stuff that they've been told from God. And so
Oh, you're getting like new information.
Oh, yeah.
Because now I feel like the highlights I get in the Tribune the next day are like 87 new temples will be built.
Oh, yeah. Well, conference is a huge part about, I think it's called the Statistical Review.
Okay.
Where they lay out
it's
things.
like a census?
Yeah, it's super important because the church has open books. Everyone knows how much... I
don't think they tell you... When you say open books, like, they're not opening their financial statement.
Well, I don't remember what they talk about in terms of money, but they do talk about new temples, things like the number of stakes and districts, the number of new converts,
but is that at the general conference meetings, or is that before when, like, the men meet and then the women meet?
No, it's always in the first session.
Saturday?
First or the second on Saturday.
But the good stuff is usually Sunday afternoon, right? Where the prophet speaks.
If you make it to Sunday.
Yeah. If you make it to Sunday.
Well, it ends up being 4 different 2-hour meetings that you're sitting down for. Oh. And priesthood members would go to the priesthood session on Saturday night.
That was on Saturday night. Mm-hmm. See, I wondered if they had those like Thursday, Friday, like the lead up to the actual convention.
Oh, I gotcha. Mm-hmm. No, they give the statistical review to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So there is always significance in shaping the church. For instance, I remember growing up hearing the story of when during General Conference it was announced that a second piercing in the earlobe.
Oh, wow, they did it there?
Immodest, exactly.
I thought they were going to allow it.
No, that this is during General Conference where they say no more.
That story was a twist for me. I thought it was going one way and it went the other.
Oh no, it was back in the 90s, and the way my parents responded, my mom wasn't able to be there. I'm pretty sure she'd probably recently had a child.
Having a kid, one or the other.
So she had stayed home because growing up traditionally you would always drive into the branch or the ward. And
because you guys lived in Maryland. I forget about that.
Yeah.
So you're not coming to General Conference like everyone else is.
It was much later that General Conference was a big cultural thing. For us, it was a couple days.
Oh, just sitting at the ward?
With the lights off. I remember...
That would be fun. I would love that.
Well, the chairs were moderately comfortable.
Could you lay down ever?
No. Not until later. We'll get to that.
That reminds me of some fun stuff, yeah.
I remember watching it on a standard... What is that, like a 36-inch TV?
Yeah.
In the
chapel? Everyone?
Yeah, because before we had a real chapel, we were having meetings out of the primary room in our branch.
Because you couldn't even watch it on KSL like everyone else in Utah. Like it wasn't on Channel 5 for you.
Mm-mm.
That's nuts.
Oh, yeah. Years later, I remember when it became available on the radio. So we could listen to it.
The radio?
Well, over the internet, which was this
Franklin
new thing.
Delano Roosevelt?
So we could stream it over an internet radio.
You were streaming it.
Yeah,
okay.
To listen to it at home. But
like what?
Yeah. And anyway, the second piercing story.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
So it was announced during General Conference. My dad came home, told my mom, and the story that I grew up hearing is she knew immediately that this was true, took out her second pair of earrings and never put them in again until many years later. And now piercings and tattoos to some degree, which I believe was also announced during General Conference,
I think they just said
are
something
allowed.
about it recently. Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely pick your poison.
Yeah. So General Conference is shaping the landscape currently.
Yeah. No, I always find it interesting to read the articles the next day. Like, even though they don't pertain to me and I don't necessarily believe anything about it.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to know where anyone is investing.
And there's always something either interesting or controversial.
Yeah.
Some update about the Mormons. So if you're a Utahn, it's worth your time to know.
If you're Utahn, you probably would say controversial.
Controversial. What's your question?
Okay, my first question for you. Did you ever participate in a convention or an assembly?
I always...
And you can include state conferences in this, because I kind of feel like... Oh, you have to?
Yeah, because that's the only place I ever participated. But I did always dream of being in the Tabernacle Choir, which is the musical highlight of any General Conference. You get so many...
young gay boys' dreams.
Exactly. And they're so talented, and it's such beautiful music.
That is so true. They are so talented.
We would listen to the same CDs again and again. That new Tabernacle Choir music was sometimes like, damn, I felt it.
Aww.
Yeah. Mm. So would have loved to be in the tab choir. Both my parents were at some point.
But how did you participate then?
Well, I didn't.
You never got to live out your dream.
Correct. So I participated during state conference where I remember I was recently 16, so a priest, and going to a special state conference. There was going to be an elder from, I think, the Quorum of the 70, who was giving a special talk there, and he had known one of my uncles on their mission. So he connected with our family before, and he let me know he was gonna bring me up and ask me to answer a question about this pin that he had.
Okay.
So
did he prepare you? Did you practice?
I mean, I had no idea what it was gonna be.
Okay.
So.
Oh, you didn't know what he was gonna ask? Whoa! Oh my God, that's very different already.
Well, I mean, I was used to spontaneously bearing my testimony regardless, so that didn't scare me.
Interesting.
I knew exactly what to say.
But what if you were a naughty kid and you were like, poop, farts?
Well, if a 16-year-old kid up there is yelling poop farts.
Yeah, I guess you'd know.
They picked bad.
You would know not to pick that kid.
Yeah.
Those guys have it in their eyes. You could see the poop fart jokes in their eyes.
And I was a really good Mormon kid. Yeah. So I get up there, and before he gets to his point, he brings up something about how old I am. I'm a priest. And he asked me something like, and what happens from there? Tell us about, the next 5 years of your life. And I'm like, oh shit, well, this scares me. So.
But that's easy. Even if you were flunking out of high school, you still would have said,
well,
my plan is to
go serve a mission.
And then go to college and find a nice girl.
Well,
it's the same plan for all of them.
And then he's like, and what position in the church will you be? And I
said, he was
asking for my sequential growth within the church. And I got confused, and I'm like, wait, it's elder, right? Or is that high priest?
Oh my God, did everyone laugh and think that was so funny?
Oh no, he's like, well, this kid's got to figure out what the church is actually like.
They would never allow that to happen at a witness convention or something.
They
would never let anything
No one had ever
script.
Quizzed me on what position in the church I'm going to be.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. He should have at least prepared you, so you could answer.
Well, it was really embarrassing. But then
what was the pin?
Oh, well, then he took off this sun pin of some kind.
Like the sun that's in outer space.
It was basically an object lesson about light and faith, and you have to shine your own light. You be the source of your own faith because there's a star inside you, or whatever the fuck.
Oh.
So then he gave me that pen.
Oh, good. I was going to say, you should have asked for it. So I'm glad. Because he already made you fuck up. So, you earned a pen.
I did feel really special. And then I went and sat down. And as he ended his speech, he picked up this box and had hundreds of pens. And he's like, come and get one, everyone.
That's disappointing.
I know. I was
would have been like, this motherfucker.
I know.
I was special for a moment.
Just for a moment. And then my star went out. I'm confident I don't.
Oh, I wish you did.
It would be in one place if I had it. I'll have to dig through.
I think I threw away all of my, it just reminds me, we would get a badge for every convention that you put your name and congregation on.
Oh.
Because it was
that's
a
fancy.
Convention, we were going to a work convention. But yeah, I saved them for a while, and I might have thrown them away now because I'm like, well, I'm never going to use these again.
I mean, you wouldn't reuse them anyway, so it was just a keepsake, right? A memory?
I guess that's
Could you wear last year's?
No, because it's always a different name and a different year. So
different styles? Different
always
writing?
Different art and everything. I'm sure there's some witness out there that has collected every single one they've ever had.
Okay. Were they pretty nice as far as yearly name
I feel
tags
like
go?
I'm stealing your time.
Why?
Oh. Yeah, they were nice. But then, remember how I told you my family was kind of a fuck-up family when it came to, being prepared? So growing up, we never had them because my dad never got them, and because they were available for a limited amount of time.
Did you have to pay for them?
No, but
you just had to sign up.
You had to go ask for them, right? So I didn't start doing it until I was in my 20s.
When you could go ask for it.
When I could go ask myself, yeah. Anyways, well, that's great. So any other times that you participated?
Not in a conference or assembly outside of many stake musical choir numbers.
Yeah, I love that. What was your favorite song? Ben's family once at a funeral sang a cappella, an a cappella version of
God Be With You Till We Meet Again.
It was beautiful. They practiced They practiced more than this guy had you practice for the convention. But you practiced at our home like several times or just once?
We practiced 3 times.
Yeah. And it was like angels singing. Because that is a beautiful song.
It is a beautiful song, and it was tough because the third verse was a different arrangement. So we sang the hymnal version, the classic hymnal version, for the first 2 verses, and then the third had its own sheet music. And we split into...
Did you change the words? Because
I don't think so.
It's just the same words over and over again, right?
I mean, the chorus is always the same words. Till we meet, till we meet.
Okay. But don't you just say, God be with you till we meet again. God be with you till you meet again. God, is it not just the same thing? I don't remember.
All right. Well, I think we are going to listen to it at some point because it's a pretty song and it has a lot of words.
You know what? I'll listen on my own. And
Okay.
Judicial committee that one.
Judicial committee,
I'll
God
let
be
you
with
know
you
if I
till
was
we
right
meet
or
again.
wrong about that.
Suddenly that's like the easiest song.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
it should have been that way.
I'm going to have to listen to it. Now I'm really curious because I videoed you guys doing it and now I want to watch it.
Well,
maybe we'll play it for you guys in the judicial committee.
Yeah. Or at
it's
least
beautiful. You do such a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you? Hang on. Did you ever participate in a convention or assembly?
Yes. So they were much more strict. There wasn't like no willy-nilly like, hey kid, you want to come up and earn a quarter?
Or
like,
a sun pen?
Yeah, a sun pen, yeah. So I only participated twice. Like I was supposed to be in a drama and then my job hours changed, so I couldn't do all the rehearsals.
Oh.
So I didn't get that, and my brother got my role. Can you believe that?
Did he love it?
Yeah, he loved it. Because it's fun. They're practicing for like 4 months before the convention, like twice a month. And so like you're just hanging out, having fun, acting. Fake acting, but...
Wow. How old were you that your job was keeping you from your spiritual duties?
20s.
Okay.
Yeah, so... anyways, so I didn't get to participate that much, but the 2 times I did. I'm going to tell you the boring one first.
Okay, but first, before you get into that, will you just give a breakdown of what that drama looks like? Because I don't think you've explained that before. To be in a drama is like a stage production where you're lip syncing an entire hour and a half's worth minimum.
Yeah.
Of
is that what you would say, lip syncing? It's like dubbing. They were being dubbed. So like the audio was happening and they were pretending they were saying it.
Yeah, I mean that's a lip sync for your...
Is it a lip sync?
Yeah.
It is, you're right, because they did that Designing Women one on RuPaul's the one time. And it was a dialogue. So.
Spoken word lip sync.
Spoken word, yeah. So it's a spoken word lip sync. And so it was really interesting because the one brother who always directed them, that is my niece's best friend's, the one who I can't say who Ezra doesn't like.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean.
It's their grandpa. So for 40 years, I don't know, 40 years, we'll say 25 years, he always directed every single one of them. So it was kind of like... In
your area.
Yeah, for our district. So like there's...
That's impressive.
Circuits, and then districts are a bunch of circuits together, okay?
Yeah. How did he do compared to other dramas you'd seen?
You know what? He just was kind of famous because it was a cool job to have.
That's in their family, isn't it?
Yeah, and he always would pick the people that he liked. So it was kind of like a thing. Like if you got picked, you're in a club.
Yeah, that's how high school.
Yeah, so they would play the track, and then the actors would act out the part and emote like they were saying the words coming out of the speaker.
Big acting, because this is for the crowds, right?
Like the one my dad was in, that I used to wear his costume all the time. He was.
Oh, that's right. That picture is so cute.
Potiphar's servant. So he was the one who finds the cup in Joseph's bag that Potiphar had put in his bag, so he could accuse him of stealing.
I know this story. No, I don't. Is that...
You remember Potiphar's wife?
I remember the name Potiphar's
I could have all
wife.
this wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Okay, but tell me your
Or
best
was it
take.
the Pharaoh that... Yes, I'm sorry, everyone. This is a live fact check. It was actually Joseph and the Pharaoh. So the Pharaoh's... Also was better. My dad was the Pharaoh's personal servant.
Oh.
Yeah. So they would dress up, and like the women would make costumes in our church, and then the men would wear these like biblical beards and wigs and costumes.
And you missed out on that.
I know.
You would have had the time of your gay life.
I know, because like they got to be more modern day later on. But I missed the biblical ones. But that's some of the fun stuff. And we're going to get to that later.
Okay, so you didn't get to be in a drama. What were you in?
Okay, so the last thing I was in, probably 3 years before I was disfellowshipped, I was invited to read an answer from the Watchtower. So they would do witnesses every Sunday, you would have a public talk, and then a Watchtower study where we would discuss an article in the Watchtower and read every paragraph, answer the question related to that paragraph in a public setting. So it was a question and answer thing.
And this was an answer that you made, but you had to review it beforehand.
Yes.
Because they're not just going to let it randomly
so
in.
There was 2 rehearsals where everyone had to come up with at least 2 answers to their question, your assigned question. Mm-hmm. You would come to the rehearsal dressed in what you were going to be wearing at the convention because they inspected you. And then you would give your answer, and then they would give you notes and say, nope, that's not good. We want you to make sure you're adding this, or we need you to expand on this thought.
Wait, this is 2 separate rehearsals? So you're coming back after getting the first one.
Right, and we were late to the first one. And the circuit overseer is there, who he's probably like the stake president in terms of power.
Circuit overseer sounds way more terrifying than stake president.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
Oh, we kind of have a stake president, don't we?
We do, yeah. So anyway, I went to the rehearsal. Mine went great. I did get notes. They're like, we need you to expand on this thought. The key thought in this section of the paragraph. You didn't even talk about it. So I had to work on that. But then afterward, the circuit overseer pulled some aside who were not dressed appropriately.
Oh.
And Juanita was one of them.
Spill the tea. What were they wearing that was inappropriate? Do you remember?
Juanita's this beautiful Hispanic woman who's a powerful, strong, smart.
Yes.
She's got... She breaks the barrier with witnesses, and she's got degrees. I think she's got a master's.
Damn. I've met her once, and I can see all of that. I didn't know she was so well educated.
She's an executive for Amex. But, so her dress was too short. And then this other kid, I'm just going to say names because I don't care anymore. Jordan Granville, his brother's gay. Remember? I was trying to reach out to his brother for a while. Yeah.
That's right. I remember.
Jordan Granville's pants were too tight. You could see too much.
Every Mormon boy's pants are too tight
I know. They'd never be allowed on stage.
My God.
So that was the last time that I did it. The first time I did it was horrible because it was so embarrassing. I think it was a district convention, and my Uncle Richard, my dad's brother, who also was disfellowshipped 25 years ago, he had a part where I don't even know what it was about, but my dad and I were supposed to put on this sketch because there was a lot of sketches to show you what to do when somebody offers you drugs at school.
Wait, sketches that you're putting on?
Yeah, people would be down on the stage, and you'd have a microphone, and you would pretend you were acting out a school part.
Were you ever in one of those?
No, so this is one of them, yeah.
Okay.
So I was 8 or 9, and I was supposed to be sitting there pretending to watch TV, and my dad would pop his head out of the back wall, because there was always a wall behind the speaker, and he'd be like, "David, it's time for you to go to the bathroom." And I'm like, "But I don't have to go to the bathroom." And he's like, "David, go." And he said, and this was 3 times, and I was supposed to huff off like I was going to the bathroom. And the point of it was, then after, he sits me down to talk through it. And he's like, David, when you go to the bathroom every 10 minutes at church, he's like, you're basically you're doing yourself a disservice because you're missing out on good, valuable, spiritual food. He's like, so if you don't have to go to the bathroom that much at home, he's like, I don't understand why you're going so much there. It was so embarrassing.
Oh, my word.
Because it was a bathroom thing. And I was 8 or 9.
And now you have to go to the bathroom 3 times every hour.
Maybe that's where it came from.
Wow.
That bathroom anxiety started then.
That would be so traumatizing for a kid. Anything to do with bathroom is a sensitive topic.
And everyone thought it was funny. So they laughed.
Of course. Oh, they couldn't have changed your name at least?
Well, it was my dad.
So
we know how hard it is to call somebody a different name.
Oh, that's true.
But now, I don't look back on it with any like anger or bitterness. It's just like, the things they made you do. Yeah. Remember I told you about poor man who they made talk about his masturbation problem.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Confess it to everyone.
All 8,000 people.
Yeah. Did you do a good job with your skit?
Yeah.
Did you have fun
rave
with it?
reviews. No, I did not.
How was
I've always hated being the center of attention.
Yeah, but your huffing and puffing clearly got some laughter.
It did, but I wish I could have appreciated it.
Oh,
I didn't. It was just mortifying.
Yeah, if you went and did that now, I mean, some people would think it was creepy, but you could do
I'll
so
tell you
well.
this too. Like, I rehearsed that one probably 4 or 5 times before they let me on stage.
Oh, no way.
There was no winging it. Yeah.
Did it feel tough with everyone watching?
Yeah, because we would have to go for a special rehearsal at the church with just the people that were participating and practice in front of them. So, but then you're going to do it in front of 8,000 people. So what's the difference? So yeah, I did participate. How fun, huh?
How fun.
And then later, remember when I was like, so all of a sudden the witnesses got really worried about, I mean, I guess it's a real concern, active shooters or people. Yeah. I think it was more about protesters trying to disrupt the conventions. And
because assemblies. That has happened across the world.
Yeah, that's a real threat. So right before, like 2 or 3 years before I was disfellowshipped, I was working security at the conventions, which was way more fun because I would just stand outside with a bunch of guys talking literally for 8 to 9 hours.
Did anything ever happen while you were on guard duty?
Nothing. We just held the door open for old ladies. But like literally we were like security checking. If we saw somebody weird, we were supposed to like, it was like a casino, that scene in Casino where the eyes and then the pit boss and then like we would like have to let the guy on the inside know, like,
oh yeah,
then he would follow him and ask some questions,
and eventually it gets back to the circuit director,
and eventually we can kick them out.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the point. Yeah.
Oh,
it was so discriminating though. Like it was usually like, well, maybe not, because I guess most of the active shooters are white men, but it was like a lot of scruffy looking white boys. And like one of the questions they would ask is, are you here to meet somebody? Is somebody saving you a seat? And if that wasn't it, there's like, well, how did you find out about the convention? Like, so I don't know, maybe it was for good. It seemed for, you know what? I don't even care. Good, evil. It was fun standing out in 90-degree heat in Ogden and having a big umbrella and my water bottle.
Wow.
And one year it was during the Hill Air Force Base. They do like what are those plane shows?
Oh, like a Blue Angels thing?
Yeah, but what are those called?
That Hell does?
Everyone. I mean, they do them all over the country, but, you know, where a bunch of planes are flying around from the military to get everyone, like, patriotic.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'd call it.
Yeah. It's a great name.
Yeah.
Patent pending. We better patent that now. Anyways, so because Weber State overlooks, like, the whole, Ogden Valley. So you could see the whole entire show happening. It was so cool.
Oh, so, and you got to stand outside while that was
just
happening.
Outside hanging
You had
out.
some big
I didn't
responsibility.
have to sit down and watch the convention all day long.
Yeah, but if something did happen, like, you're putting your life on the line for the witnesses.
I was pretty brave.
Yeah, they picked good.
Okay. Well.
Wow.
Should we move on to your next question?
Yeah. So we've kind of hinted at some of them with standing around with all the guys watching the airplanes.
Yeah.
But my second question for you is, what kinds of social interactions happened around conferences or assemblies? Oh, and I noticed I'm calling them conferences because it's general conference.
Yeah.
But you're calling it conventions or assemblies.
That's just our own verbiage, right?
Okay. Well, what social stuff happened around conventions?
I mean, they were very social because, you literally were supposed to meet your spouse at these conventions. So they're happening 4 times a year.
Wait.
People from all over the valley, all over Idaho, Wyoming, all over the region. And so you're meeting new people and you're supposed to be finding your match there. That's like really what it's for.
And
it's encouraged.
Did people take that seriously?
Oh no, like that was a big thing. Like people would be
people
like,
who met
I think you're going to meet your wife at the convention this year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
When you're on your best Sunday behavior, that's when you're going to find and identify your spouse.
Like, you're throwing like repressed teenagers in a room together. So like Weber State was unique, and it was a great location because the D Event Center, which is their basketball arena, it's like any arena. So it's a one big circle, a loop. So during lunch, everyone would just do the loop looking for
people are just walking.
Yeah.
How many people are in this loop?
You were supposed to never leave the convention. Like you were encouraged to not go to lunch. You were supposed to bring your lunch, and you were supposed to associate with your brothers and sisters the entire lunch, which was like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Wow.
So it was a good amount of time.
Who did you socialize with? Did you stick with your family? Were you meeting new people?
It was always a mix, but I never liked it. I didn't like being there. I didn't feel comfortable there my entire life. So like when I got the job as the door attendant and I could just stand there and open the door and...
During ring walk too?
We never got to leave. Yeah.
Oh.
So I didn't want to do that. You would have loved it. But you also like... I mean, I love talking to people, so you think it would be my thing, but I knew that I didn't want to talk to them because they weren't doing anything interesting. They were looking for their future spouse, and I was not doing that. So
is that how who got together that you know?
Oh, I mean, my cousin and his wife. I know several people. I mean, there's too many to even count.
Where was she from?
She was from Afton, Wyoming.
Afton, Wyoming.
So they never would have met. Like
Mm-mm.
two different congregations, two different different parts of the world. Yeah.
Well, and from everything that I know about them, actually, I don't know which cousin.
This is the
Costco
oldest.
cousin.
No.
Idaho cousin.
Yeah. Oh, that's another meat place. We'll have to tell stories about Bethel one day because my cousin met his wife at Bethel on a tour when they were touring. Anyways, yeah. So I never enjoyed that part of it. The socializing that I liked. I mean, the good thing about it was I liked that my family from Colorado would come because this was their assigned assembly too. Mm-hmm. So we'd get to see them and hang out with them, and we didn't get to see them that often. So that was fun. All the different family that would come in.
Did you get together after?
Oh yeah, and then there would always be like barbecues every night. Like somebody was cooking. Like when we were younger, we would get one special night. It was probably Saturday or Sunday, where they would take us to East Seas, I think.
What? Is that a restaurant?
Maybe South Seas. It was a Chinese restaurant in Bountiful, and we loved it. Loved it.
And it's no longer there?
I don't think it exists anymore. But it was probably really shitty Chinese food, too.
Well, that's something to look forward to as a kid.
Yeah, so like we never got to go out to eat, and these were like opportunities for us to go out to eat, too. Mm-hmm. So
with your family.
Yeah, with our family.
Out of town.
And then later on, like as we got friends, we would go out with our friends after. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so there was good times about it, yeah.
Imagine if you had grown up in the 8 days, 12 hours system.
Lord, I can't even. Like when I was young, they had a kitchen where people would be making the food all day because they would serve lunch there.
Oh, I see.
And then my dad, I guess I did do another role. He was in charge of like the deli counter one time.
That is so random.
It is so random. So we would work the counter with him, and people would come up to us for lunch and they exchange these tickets that they had purchased for a sandwich or chips or pudding or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so weird, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, and they would.
That's such a great system, though.
I know. Yeah, for a while they even gave us free food.
It's witness camp, basically.
Yeah, but everyone's in a suit and tie.
Oh yeah, uncomfortable.
Yeah. Uncomfortable witness camp. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So how about you? What kind of social interactions happened around conferences or assemblies?
It was
question mark.
Much less formal, and maybe that was just because of the small town element of where I grew up.
But you wore suits, I'm assuming, right?
I rarely wore a suit, period. It was usually just a white button-up shirt with a tie.
What about the people speaking on the stage? Were they required?
No.
What? Everyone's just wearing a shirt and tie?
It was always a white shirt. Every now and then, someone in a blue shirt gets up or shows up, and it's like,
was it scandalous?
Oh yeah, you're trying to be edgy if you're wearing a blue shirt. And you don't
wear blue shirt.
Yeah, you don't wear black shirts.
I swear.
I know.
You'd even wear white shirts after Labor Day?
The men who would show up in like pinkish shirts and still serve the sacrament would piss me off, and I would never have called it that.
Would they get talked to?
Usually, we needed everyone who was able to pass the sacrament.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a priest or an elder is going to have to go step in and help. So better to just let the deacons and teachers do their job.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of social things then did happen?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, that's
so people are showing up in their white shirts.
Yeah.
And it's very quiet during the first 2-hour session. I remember sitting in the primary and then the chapel when we had that built, and there's no socializing. Everyone is perfectly quiet, just listening in. We're hearing from the 12 apostles, the prophet, maybe a member of the General Relief Society. And then halfway through, you have this 2-hour break, and that's where all the socializing happens because it's always a potluck. And everyone's driving in.
2 days.
Yeah. So...
and they probably had a kitchen because it seems like most Mormon churches have kitchens.
Yeah, we did have a kitchen.
You didn't have to worry about somebody letting mayonnaise spoil. Okay.
No, I remember having primary lessons in the kitchen because there weren't enough other meeting rooms for all of the different age groups. Yeah. So the potluck was great because there was always more food than everyone else would eat.
I love that you're like, this is social hour. And really, because I know you, it's just potluck hour.
It was the best.
Oh, I'm sure.
And we were so hungry leading up to it.
You could just say always.
Oh, yeah. Well, always. But, like, we're getting up early to eat breakfast. And actually, we were East Coast, so it would have been a little bit later. We were still rushing to get ready.
Oh, well, there was 7 of you. Even when there wasn't 7 of you,
yeah,
there was
always
4
a rush
of you.
to get ready.
Yeah.
So we would socialize after we would eat and stuff ourselves. We would be outside if it was good weather. There was a big lawn area and then a pond and some trees. Or be racing down the halls or I don't know. I guess later on in my teen years, socializing was just with my siblings. I didn't have a lot of close friends to talk to, but we're all stuck in the same building anyway.
Right.
But it was all about potluck hour.
You guys didn't need anyone else. When you have a family as big as yours and you like them, you don't need anyone else.
And honestly, it makes it tough when you add more and more people to that group because then you can't get a word in edgewise if Ben's saying everything.
That just reminds me, like, I forgot about the whole picnic thing. Because at lunch, like, some of the witnesses, we were never the witness family that would do a picnic, but there was, like, these big swaths of lawn all over the event center grounds, right? Mm-hmm. Is that the right swath?
Yeah, swaths
you just
of
looked
grass.
at me weird. And,
Swath.
But people would go and they would have blankets and they would bring their picnics and sit out there and enjoy the sun and fresh air and just lounge. Some people would take a nap in the sun. But my family was like, no, we're eating inside. Oh. So you just eat at your chair and then walk around in circles.
Oh, yeah. Would you, go and have fun? Were you, let me start that over. Were you allowed to have any fun and throw a ball around or bring a Frisbee?
No. It was not. It was much more reverent than that. Nobody was taking their tie off. Like, if you were taking a nap on the lawn, you better still have your tie on.
Okay.
You could take your jacket off at lunch, but mostly you had to wear your jacket the whole session.
I guess that's not surprising.
God, and I feel like I do this to you all the time. I always steal your question.
Oh, well,
you just remind me of stuff that I don't ever think about. Like, who would remember picnics at conventions?
But it is about, like, getting together, and it's this ritual.
Right.
When we moved to Utah, it changed dynamically because we were watching conference from our house because it wasn't just on the free channels.
So would your dad still make you get dressed up?
Oh, yeah.
Or did everyone just wear their pajamas?
No, everyone would have to be in Sunday clothes.
Really?
And we would sit around and watch. Years later, as, things were getting more lax, closer to when I came out, people were in their own rooms saying that they were watching it. Or,
I'm going to watch from my room.
Exactly.
Like, okay, Jake.
So there wasn't any socializing, which I feel like Utahns are missing out on.
Yeah.
If they had the experience where, like, you get together and you have a congregation event, like, that would mean something. But there are so many of them and conferences happening at the same time. Like, there's an hour by hour schedule on Sundays to see who's having sacrament meeting, who's in their regular meeting, so they can rotate. So there's no way you could get people together for general conference. Maybe one ward gets to go into the building and watch it. That would make sense. Who knows?
Interesting.
Yeah. So the social element, the short 2 hours. Oh, and I have to mention priesthood meeting because there was a big social element there. That was the guys getting together, and we'd always
bros being bros.
Yeah, and everyone would be in charge of bringing one, like, half pint or more of ice cream.
Oh my God! For a second, I thought you were going to say beer.
What?
I love that a bunch of men get together and eat ice cream.
Oh yeah, it's a staple. And if you
they say we're gay.
I know. But if you live in Utah, on priesthood session night, don't plan on getting in any of those drive-thrus.
Don't plan on eating. Oh, seriously? Is that really a thing, Ben?
It's totally a thing.
Because all the boys are on their way home and they're hungry.
Exactly, yeah. After priesthood session, it is tradition, I think, in Mormon culture to have ice cream.
Interesting, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think they bring a half pint to this day?
It depends. plenty of people are going to go out, but you know other people are like planning it and picking out what they want to do for that ice cream bar.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
And so fun and social.
And also, again, about the food.
Yeah.
Now, before we move on to your next question, and speaking of food, I have a quick public service announcement.
Oh, this sounds serious.
I know. It's actually an epidemic, and
will I be okay?
You know what? You're pretty decent, I'll say, but I've heard that other people are having issues with this. My advice to you is brush your teeth, brush your tongue, behind your molars, across your gums, brush your palate, floss those teeth, and that makes kissing boys that much more sweet.
Oh, I love it. That is so cute.
So brush, 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 all of the parts.
Yes. And you don't have kissing boys or girls is sweet.
True.
Yeah.
You know
I love that. Thank you. Thank you. I was worried it was a pointed PSA towards me.
Yeah. Brush your teeth.
It's been a long day. I brushed them this morning, I promise.
It's been such a long day. Your
it.
breath is great, by the way. Let me see.
It probably smells like Boulevardier.
Oh, yeah.
Boulevardier.
Fresh Boulevardier. What's your second question?
Second question. Here we go. Did you ever have a bad experience at a convention or assembly?
Well, besides being publicly embarrassed, when that guy was like, hey, you want a shiny pen?
Did you actually like the attention? I feel like you would still be okay with it.
I think had it stopped there, I would have let it go. But my girlfriend was attending, and she had recently converted. She's the black belt, remember, who kicked me in the face. And
I remember.
Oh, yeah, she's something. So she was there, and she made fun of me mercilessly, is how I remember it. She probably only made one comment, like, hey, buddy, before you ever get up there again, we're going to have to prep you so you're not embarrassing yourself.
Oh, that is so embarrassing.
Which, of course, stuck with me, even though I'm sure she was making light of it and joking. So that was a bad experience, but in general, the meetings themselves for most of my life were just bad experiences because it was boring. You were not allowed to speak.
Yeah.
It had to be absolutely reverent. And you could get distracted up to a point, but if it became too distracted or you're talking, then like we weren't allowed to read or anything. We had to be paying
we weren't
attention.
allowed to read either.
That
we had to
makes sense.
take notes. Like you were expected to take notes.
Oh.
Like as these brothers are giving a talk, like you have a little agenda, I guess. Like every day they would break down what talks were going to be happening, when lunch was, what songs were going to be sang. Like everything was on this little pamphlet, and you were supposed to like write down the name of the talk.
That is wild that this is like homework assignments.
You're going to have to take key ideas, notes, main idea notes. Because like there was a point in my life where after the convention would happen, the summer one, the big one, we would, on a random Thursday night, we would discuss it, and they would ask questions based on what you learned, like about, and to see if you knew stuff. They would ask questions about the parts.
Well, I might have enjoyed that if they did that for the Mormon discussions, but
because really it's just like you're taking notes. You probably would have got those main ideas.
But we're also not giving talks that are really biblical or even heavy on Book of Mormon scripture. So it's not like a lesson. It's always like some thought process around a gospel principle.
Yeah. So there's no reason to take a note because you're feeling it.
We would take notes at general conference sometimes.
Okay.
But that was only like sporadically, and no one checked our notes. I remember I had like 3 bullet points in one time before I just stopped, and no one cared.
Yeah.
I did actually, I just thought of an embarrassing experience singing at a special youth conference.
Yeah, why?
Well, because...
You love singing.
Well, it wasn't great, because over Trek the previous year, or no, maybe it was during Trek that this happened. Does that count as a conference?
Trek?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, then it was the big meeting after.
Extracurricular.
Well, Trek is a whole other conversation.
Then we can start saying firesides, and then it gets too much.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, this was the big meeting where all of the stakes showed up after Trek. My parents were there, everyone's parents who went on Trek and their families.
Okay.
And I'd met this girl who we had sang so many hymns together. She's like, oh, I'm a stake musical director, whatever. I need to get you in to sing a solo for this musical number. Man. So they had me singing the first verse of, what is the song called? Oh, how lovely was the morning, radiant beamed the sun above. It's the story of the first vision where Joseph Smith sees Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ in the sacred grove. So I sang the first verse.
I'll take your word for it.
It wasn't in my range. I'd never practiced it before. I think there was a D or an E flat, which was higher than my normal range. Mm-hmm. So...
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you know this well.
I know, yeah.
So I remember singing it and feeling fine, but looking out in the audience, one of the girls in my congregation was, like, covering her mouth, like, keeping herself from laughing the whole time.
Oh, was it that bad? No, I want you to sing it.
That is so shady.
No.
It wasn't that bad.
Ben, when you see people giggling at you.
Of course I had a complex about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. So. And now I'm making it worse. But you didn't even remember it, so it's not like you're holding on to this.
Well, yeah, because I buried it.
So thank God we're doing this podcast.
I know. We're uncovering all of this singing
folks,
trauma.
He's crying.
Yeah, all you have to do...
This is so sad.
You know what, if you ever want...
only you could see.
Yeah, I'm losing it right now. And if you ever want me to stop singing, all you have to do is start laughing behind your hand. So, just know...
Note taken.
Mm-hmm, it's going to hurt the second time, too.
No, I never want you to stop singing. I never have heard you sing bad. But I also know you know your range, so...
Yeah, I'm going to call that one. You've never heard me sing bad.
Mm-mm. Oh, but I have wanted you to stop singing before. That is a lie. I thought that's what you were trying to check me on.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
But only
exactly
folks when we've been at, like, Home Depot and we're in an aisle for plumbing supplies and he's singing...
But what about the acoustics?
I was going to try to sing a Whitney Houston song, but that was probably not.
That's the songs that they play in these stores. If they're playing it, you are allowed to sing to it.
The music that they play at the Home Depot and Lowe's, it's a little diva heavy.
Yeah.
You think they would be playing AC/DC or something?
AC/DC at the Lowe's? No, give me Whitney.
Back in Black.
Yeah. Actually, surprisingly good soundtracks depending on the store. Never like Walmart's. Maybe because I worked in the pharmacy.
I don't even think I noticed that they play music in Walmart.
It's not ever loud enough unless you're in an enclosed pharmacy. Yeah, it's awful.
Wow. Well, you're having some trauma today, aren't you?
Yeah, a lot of trauma about music. Okay. What about you? Did you ever have a bad experience at a convention or assembly?
It's funny that I asked this question because I can't really think of anything. I did think of something before.
David, go pee.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that wasn't horrible, though. I'm trying to think.
It's just strange.
They were very strict about saving seats. Like, you were not allowed to save seats for anyone that wasn't traveling in your party or living in your household. Like, whoa, that was literally the direction.
Really strict.
They would read the rules every year before the convention happened. And it was like, whatever. Like, people did whatever they wanted anyways.
Yeah. And it wasn't your family that was going to go up to get the front row.
No, we didn't want the front row.
But there were families that did.
Oh, my God. Yes. There were families that did, and they were the same families every year, every assembly,
competing
every
against each other.
Trying to look good for God knows who.
The circuit developer. Overseer.
The CD.
Yeah, the CD.
Yeah, so one year, though, so it was always a fight, too. Like, if you didn't get there early enough to save seats, then you were sitting at the very top of the arena, and it was darker, you couldn't see as well. It was where the riffraff was, so you didn't want to sit up there.
Wait, that could be fun with the riffraff.
We were never allowed
if we were
to be
up in the shadows. If we ever go to one, you know where we're sitting.
Yes. Yeah. But one year, so like when I was in my 20s, like it became a thing then. Like my Aunt Debbie refused to ever save us seats, even though she sent her husband up super early. The doors would open at 8 a.m. and people would be waiting at the doors to get in.
That's basic.
Okay. So one year I'm like, well, I'll go up one day if you go up one day. Like everyone was taking a turn, right? Mm-hmm. And I went up there and I saved a bunch of seats for like, I mean, granted, it was probably like 25, 30 seats because it's like my family all like to sit together. Mm-hmm. So it was like my mom and all of us.
Did you get one for your aunt and her family?
My aunt's family, my dad's sister, my other aunt's
your
family.
Grandma, your nieces.
My grandmas, my nieces.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a good amount of people, and you didn't want to sit right next to each other, so you got to have some spreading out room. Mm-hmm. You have to have at least one buffer seat, in the section because it was pretty small rows. Anyways, yeah. And this guy yelled at me and he was fighting with me about it. And I'm like, well, don't worry. Like,
Whoa, just a random schmo who's looking for seats?
Mr. Justice trying to tell me that I shouldn't.
Don't you know the rules?
And I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, I'm not having this fight with you. So that was a bad experience, but more funny. I mean, I guess the talks were really boring sometimes. Like, I mean, we're spending 8.5 hours listening to talks, right?
In a day?
In a day, yeah. Granted, that was with a 2-hour lunch break. So 6 hours of sitting on your ass, watching a speaker speak.
Thank goodness the witnesses are allowed to drink coffee because...
And alcohol. To make it through this
Gets
shit.
you through the morning and
No, that was a big thing. Like, as I got older, like at lunch, I would go to Starbucks every lunch. There was one on convention property that you could just walk to. So, yeah.
Well, that's a nice perk.
But yeah, they would do these symposiums. Have you ever heard of a symposium?
What was the difference?
So a symposium was like a theme. Like they would talk about Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel. And then the symposium would be 4 15-minute talks on different Ezekiel topics, right? So it was all like the same subject, but different topics.
Okay, I have an honest question.
Yeah.
Because you're going over so much specific content. You're learning 4 different topics about Ezekiel, and the only thing I could tell you is where Ezekiel like saw the wheel in a song that I know.
I don't even
Nothing
know what
else.
that means.
Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the sky. There has to be some Bible verse about it.
Yeah, interesting.
And how
was that a Mormon song? It sounded a little peppy.
Oh yeah, it was a little peppy.
Sounds like Johnny Cash.
No, that was the school district choir.
Oh, okay. That makes much more sense.
Yeah.
That's very like Pentecostal, I think.
Oh yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a spiritual.
It sounds like something Dolly Parton would sing.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
Let's see if she has it. My question for you is, how do you not run out of content? 8-hour days every year. Is it just repeats of a lot of the same topics with different talks?
No, because then it would all be around the theme of the convention. Like, remain in God's love would be the theme based on the scripture. And so all the information for the convention
is
the
themed
3 days
to that
or the 2
specific
days
topic.
Would be themed around that topic.
Well, then there's endless topics you can discuss.
I mean, yeah, you're
themes.
It's the same information because it's all from the Bible, but like
but you're learning the information in respect to a different mindset.
Yeah.
Oh, look
you're
at the
making
witnesses.
it sound way better than it is. Well, it was brutal.
Okay,
I remember when I was really young, I literally was trying to count the ceiling tiles of the event center because I was so bored.
Oh yeah, I remember picking out the clay from like the wall thing. There was putty or something over the boards in the middle.
Oh my god!
And we would just like dig it out with our finger.
I think that's where I got really good. Not that I'm really good, but I think I'm a good doodler, and I think that's where it came from. Sitting there with no choice but to like pretend I was taking notes, or I'm just listening to this thought. Oh, I listen better when I doodle.
You're such a good doodler. And I mean, he is such a good doodler.
All right, folks, that's enough. All right, let's go on to our final question.
Okay.
This is Ben's last question.
My last question for you is, what was the best part about the meetings themselves?
I feel like I just answered.
Yeah, because you answered your own question after I did.
Okay.
Bad experiences.
So is this how it always goes? I'm sorry, folks. I'm getting a little confused.
Yeah, we answered twice in a row.
Because I already have like a phobia that I'm talking too much.
What? You have so much information.
Oh my god!
And I'm asking you questions too.
So long-winded. You'd think.
All right.
I didn't have asthma. My mom was right.
All right, get it out.
Okay. So what was the best part about the meetings themselves?
The meetings themselves.
Well, like this will be easy because the drama was obviously the best part.
What dramas do you vividly remember?
Oh well, the one my dad was in, of course, was great. Noah's Ark was a really good one because and it was so great. Like up until litigious 2001. They would, like, one of the reasons they practiced so much is they would also have to rearrange all the lighting in the Weber State Arena so that, because they shut the lights out in the whole arena. So then it would just be like a literal play happening. And then they stopped doing that. So it was like magic. It was like watching a movie in real life.
Oh my God.
I know.
That would be incredible to see live.
Yeah. So that was really fun. Oh, and I also really liked the experiences. Like 10 minutes after the afternoon song, the first 10 minutes would be experiences, where they would just have random people up there and they would talk about their time serving as a missionary in Guatemala, or it would be a couple who moved to where the need was great in South Dakota, and they would give their experience.
And you loved that because you want everyone's story.
Yeah, exactly. And I love travel. So it's like, oh, these people are different. These people are from another place. I'm going to hear more about them.
During those, did you ever, like, I don't know, want to be a part of that?
No. Because,
well,
like I said, I don't want attention. So
you would have really pushed to be in the drama. Could you have changed your work schedule?
I didn't do anything
for
good
religious.
What? No. Oh my God, that was another big thing with the conventions is people giving their experience of having to quit their job because their employer wouldn't give them the Friday off to go. So you were expected to quit your job if that happened.
Would Southwest have made an exception if you claimed religious
didn't care. I just
meetings?
had to hustle.
Oh, I mean, I guess I know more second-hand accounts of like getting mandoed.
Yeah.
And you just don't have a choice. You show up for this shift.
Yeah. You mean at the airline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I couldn't live with that stress.
I would have to really, really plan ahead to make sure somebody was going to cover my weekend. Because there was just no choice. Everyone had to go. It would have been shameful to your family if you didn't show up.
Well, and the same goes for even weekly meetings and missionary work.
So this was on another level of that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just miss a meeting during the week. Even now, like, people will be texting you, calling you, like, where are you at? What's wrong? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. Can I come pick you up?
Yeah. Making sure that you don't miss next time. So this is just 10 times what that normal weekly thing is for a convention. Like, I mean, they're telling you stories of people quitting their job so that they can go. Like, it's like, if they can go, you can go.
Well, and across the world, like, people are meeting on this day in the countries where people are traveling for so much farther apart just to get together, right?
They always had those stories. Yeah. So it takes place all year long because it's a summer convention. So it takes place in the Northern Hemisphere and then the Southern Hemisphere. So, like, there's always a convention happening somewhere in some region. So it's not like if you missed one, you could go to another one, but then people wouldn't see you. So
what age range was your favorite time to go to these meetings? Like, when was it the most enjoyable?
Probably in my 20s.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because I had friends that I actually liked, family members that I liked hanging around. I felt more secure in not meeting somebody.
Yeah. Because you were already an adult.
And when I was in my teens, like, I still hoped that I wouldn't be gay. So, like, I went with these hopes that...
Did you ever walk in the loop?
Oh, I walked in the loop all the time.
Did you talk to girls?
I did, yes.
Did you socialize with any boys?
No.
It wasn't allowed? Were you going the same direction as everyone?
No, because it was very elementary, middle school. Yeah, it was like... No, there was no direction like that. But if you saw a girl you liked, you would flip and start walking the other way. Like, either you would follow them.
So it was groups walking toward each other until you flipped.
Yeah, there was no direction. So, like, you're just all walking, and it's so crowded because there's 8,000 people in the hallway. So a lot of people would walk outside because the loop was a little bit bigger out there. But then it was sunny.
Wait, it's not just one circle. You're, like, going through the hallways and the corridors.
No. It's one big circle. No hallway. But then you can go outside where there's another big circle around the building that people would walk around.
Different circles within circles.
Yeah. So and usually older people would walk outside and the younger people would walk inside.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
I don't even know how we got there.
Well, I mean, that sounds like it would be too much stress and pressure. So I can see why you enjoyed it more in your 20s. But did you still walk in the loop?
Yeah, because that was all you could do. I mean, lunch was an hour and a half to 2 hours. Like, you couldn't just sit and stare.
So everyone's walking the loop unless you're married?
No. Even married people, because
But they're walking together.
They're associating with their other people. So, yeah, they're walking hand in hand. Like, it's kind of a flex. Like, you get to see people carrying around their babies the next year, or... Like, everyone's making progress, and you better keep up.
That is a wild visual. Do they still do that?
Yes. It's everywhere. It's exactly the same. I mean, this was a unique convention center because of the loop. They don't all have a loop.
But people are still walking around or socializing in their way.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, fascinating. I don't think I'd ever have gotten to this level of detail about.
Oh my God!
No. it's so like, different from what I grew up with that it's fascinating, and like, this is a culture that I don't think can ever be widely known because witnesses are so, I don't want to say tight-lipped,
No,
but like you literally have guards to keep non-savory people.
Well, like, and if a
coming
worldly
in.
person was going to ask me about my convention that I went to,
You'd have gospel stuff and scriptures
I
to
would
tell
have
them
the
about.
good things that I learned to share with them. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be these details about walking around in circles.
But those are your favorite details.
Yeah, because that was the reality of it. I mean,
Yeah.
who's going to remember a talk from 20 years ago about Ezekiel?
The 4 topics about Ezekiel.
The symposium.
God damn it. Will you tell me one fact about Ezekiel? No. We
don't
can save that for
remember.
the Judicial Committee.
Yeah, I don't remember any facts about Ezekiel.
Ezekiel saw the wheel.
I think, okay, and I'll fact check this later, but like I think Ezekiel was the one whose mother wanted to get pregnant, and she went to the temple and prayed to God, like, if you just let me be pregnant, then is that Ezekiel?
I remember that story as you're telling it.
And then no, it must not have been Ezekiel. And then Elijah, no, I don't remember.
Are there any primary songs about Ezekiel?
I know about Hezekiah, but only because Loretta Lynn sings about him.
No. That's...
No, we're both
not
at a
coming to me.
loss. Like, this is weird. It's weird thinking about that kind of stuff because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't, like, move the needle of your life forward. Like, yes, it may be inspiring in a talk in the same way Modern Family can make you cry.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a moving thing at the time, but because it doesn't mean anything to day-to-day life, it's not impactful.
Unless you're going to these conferences knowing that you are expanding your repertoire of spiritual knowledge. Like, there are the witnesses that are going there to show how studious they are because they probably already know the scripture.
No, because just being there was a flex. Like, anyone who was there was already
But everyone
showing-
was there every year.
Yeah.
See, if the Mormon equivalent of that actually knew the Bible and the Book of Mormon and could, like, cite things, that was a huge rarity.
Yeah.
So if conferences were about, like, knowing your scriptures, the Book of Mormon is pretty short. I think it's like less than 400 pages, 360 something, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me to think that it's such... I'm hesitating to say this, but, like, it feels like a ripoff of the Bible. Like, when we were watching that movie, The Testament, the other night, and you're talking about Jacob. Something about Jacob. And I'm like, Jacob?
Oh, yeah, Samuel's prophecy. But there was a
Sam-
Samuel in the Book of Mormon and the Bible.
Oh, that's what it was. I'm like, what? Samuel?
Prophet Samuel foretold.
And I'm like, oh my God, they didn't even try that hard.
Oh, no, I think they're...
And it wasn't even that long.
Well, there's a Benjamin in the Book of Mormon. That's who I'm named for, not the Benjamin in the Bible.
Wow, really? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Oh, I don't even know what to say to that. Okay.
Well,
Should I ask my last question, or did you get to go yet? No, you didn't get to go yet. Let me ask you your question.
all right, let's hear it.
What was the best part about the meetings themselves?
Well, I think the best part was the doodling, in a way. We didn't doodle pictures, but I remember this was the only time where, especially with my sister just younger than me, the oldest of the 4 sisters that I have, she and I were, like, of one mind then. And I remember if we could sit down with a pen and a piece of paper, we wouldn't write back and forth to each other, but we would just play these different games where, I see them online now, where one of us would scribble something and the other person would have to turn it into a picture.
Interesting, right?
And we would play the ones where there were all of the lines of dots, like 16 by 16, or really big ones. And each turn you could draw one square. And if you closed a box, you put your initial in it. And you kept passing it along.
Oh my God, yeah.
You passed it back
I
and forth.
kind of remember a game like that, yes.
We played that a lot.
I don't think I ever understood it.
Well, I wasn't ever very good at it. My sister is probably the most clever person
That's
that
funny,
I
man.
know.
I forgot about that game.
She, destroyed me at those. I mean, what other games would we play? If there was ever, like, a state conference where there was a pamphlet, basically telling you what are the special musical numbers, who are the talks, who are the prayers, like, that I would fold up and tear apart. And I guess if fidget spinners had existed back then, conferences would have been a lot easier.
We just hear click, click, click,
But
click, click,
but
click,
you
click,
know
click,
me,
click.
like, during
Don't
work,
drive me crazy.
any meeting I'm in, I always have
I
something
know.
in my hands now.
Because when I'm
Why
down the
do
hall...
I not have that here?
No. We can't handle the noise.
I know, some of them
you
are
don't
loud.
hear it, but it's like click, 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 click.
Those are particularly loud magnets, but I know my work headset doesn't pick it up, or at least that's what people have told me.
Yeah, they're just lying to you. I hear it down the hallway with our doors closed.
It's noise canceling.
The hallway?
The headset.
The headset. Okay.
Yeah, the hallway's not.
Yeah. All right, that's cute. I like that. Anything else that you can think of?
The best parts were during the meetings. Every now and then, there would be a talk where something stood out. And those are cultural moments for the Mormons.
But do you think you remember them happening, or do you remember the story of them happening?
I remember the story of them happening, but in the moment getting to hear it, like the first time that Elder Bednar, who was one of the new Quorum of the 12 Apostles, he had color in his hair. So he was young by comparison to the others. I actually remember distinctly thinking, oh, he's handsome, and liking him more because of that.
What was his name?
Elder Bednar? What's his first name? He has since given a lot of talks that I've heard about that I vehemently disagree with.
That's usually how it goes, right?
Yeah, but I remember... Oh, yeah, that picture on the left was what I knew him as.
He looks very Aryan. This one?
Oh, wow, I haven't seen him that old. Oh, well, Elder Bednar.
Yeah, anyway, so...
So he gave a talk...
Oh, yeah, no, he looked very 90s.
Yeah, that was before he became an apostle, that photo.
Okay.
Anyway, he gave a talk that I have heard people talking about at the place that I work. What? People quote it all the time. He was...
Oh, whoa. Yeah, that's right, because people will say inappropriate, religious
Well,
things
because
at
in
your work.
Utah, there's this Mormon culture, and he was telling the story of this group of elders who were helping someone move, and the final thing, I think this is how it went, was this massive piano. So they have a bunch of people, just trying to shove this piano out, and it's not moving, and one of them gets, heavenly inspiration or something, and he tells everyone, just lift where you stand. And everyone knew how to lift together, and lift where you stand is a thing in Mormon culture because of that. So living through those moments and then hearing about it in reverse as a believer.
I don't really get the story because I've tried to lift a piano before.
Have you tried to lift where you stand?
Okay. Yeah.
It makes a difference.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's when...
I don't know how you would lift any other way.
Well, I've lifted wrong a lot of ways. Okay. So it's good advice.
Is it good advice?
Well, it's lift with your legs kind of advice.
All right. Okay, yes. I like that.
Well, you stand with your legs. So maybe it is a lift with your legs thing. Lift with the muscles that you stand with.
Bend your legs so you don't...
But then you unbend your legs.
Yeah, that's true. Lift with your legs instead of your arms.
And lift with what you stand with.
I'm not trying to criticize it. I'm just trying to understand it better.
All right.
I love how inspiring it was.
It's a cultural moment. And
that's crazy.
I mean, there were some apostles who would give the best talks, like Holland's talks were always beloved because he had a great tone.
Is he the one that is a little controversial now too? Controversial?
I mean, all of them arguably would be controversial, but the one that I have the most gripes against is Oakes.
Oh, Dallin Oakes.
Dallin H. Oakes.
He's on your Deadpool.
Is he really?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
He's pretty freaking old. I don't hope he dies, but I wouldn't be upset if he died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think you also have Cher.
No.
Okay. Maybe Celine Dion. No?
Maybe Celine. Okay. She hasn't been doing well. I don't hope she dies. Okay. The Deadpool is another discussion. Yeah. There were some talks that were actually enjoyable.
Interesting.
Oh, hang on.
So interesting.
The Monson talks were always interesting because he tried to be funny. And he'd talk in a certain way.
Yeah.
And when he'd get to a heavy spiritual
He almost talked like an ent.
Oh my God.
Breathing out.
Yes. But it's this lilt. There's a very, the Utahns have the General Conference lilt.
Oh my God. Because growing up, we didn't have cable. And I had to have noise on in the background because I probably always had ADHD. So I would turn on KBYU at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock.
And of course, that's the middle of conference.
No. It's this was daily.
What?
And there would be BYU inspirationals or something.
Oh my word.
So I heard that lilt a lot. And especially from the women. The women have a very particular way, but most men do too.
It's a lot of the older... It's a particular generation that I hear, but...
It's like a... I know that in your heart there's magic.
Okay, I can tell you grew up a witness and not a Mormon, because Mormons don't have to try to fake it. It's real for us.
That's funny.
Oh yeah.
It's real.
It's real.
All right, sorry, go on. You love those talks.
Oh yeah, some of those talks are great, but the best part was whatever was happening on paper, or if we got to play like finger games where you're
Yes, I've seen you do it.
Oh,
it's too complicated for me.
You have someone make a fist, and then you squeeze their wrist really tight, and you tell them, squeeze your hand harder, squeeze your hand harder. And then afterward, they open their hands soon. Needle and thread, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you feel that spider web go across it. Yeah. That was always a fun one. My uncle taught me that.
That reminds me, we used to do games with like my nieces, because my parents would do it with us, where you would put your thumb in, and you have to get the thumb out, and you have to lift up every finger and try to get the thumb out.
I loved when my dad would be willing to play, because he has such strong hands, and we would have to team up.
Thick, meaty hands too.
Okay, did you ever team up with your sisters or Mark?
No, we didn't have to.
Oh. My dad's hand would not
I
open.
See that. Your dad's got a big meaty grip.
My dad is the best physical game player until he's accidentally hurt some people.
That's not surprising at all.
I know, but he's so into it.
You all have that weird competitive edge, and it's from both of your parents. They both have this weird competitiveness. Yeah. And your dad seems like such a nice, gentle person.
Yeah, but
I can see it in him still.
If my mom weren't so petite, she would have been an incredible dangerous bear trap was what we played.
Bear trap.
My dad would lay on the floor with his eyes closed, but his arms were like, he'd grab you if you crossed within range.
And he's so big, like he's a tall, big guy.
Oh yeah, and when all of us were playing just against Dad, and he could still like wrangle all of us, it was crazy.
That's so cute, and I love that.
Oh, Dad and his bear trap.
Memories.
Yeah, we didn't do that at conference though. Dad would never.
But the thumb game. Yeah, that's fun that we both did that.
We would do some thumb wars, but I was never great at thumb wars. So
people always end up cheating at thumb wars, and it's like, all right, if you're not going to hold your fist in the right spot.
Well, and if someone does snake in the grass with their pointer finger or whatever, my younger brother he'd call it all these weird words like mole, and then he'd bury his thumb and you couldn't get it. It was so stupid.
He didn't even have the internet, so where was he learning this stuff?
No idea.
But he was like a plethora of crazy knowledge for...
Oh.
Or maybe he was just a good teaser and a great liar. Like
he's not that good a liar.
He's not that clever.
That good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, either way, the fun and games was the majority of the best part.
Well, I love it. Well, we've come to our final question.
Yeah, your final question.
My final question. How often did you have conventions and assemblies? And we kind of went over this, so...
Well, it is biannual, so there's a fall and a spring. And there are also 2 stake conferences during the year, but I don't know if there's a schedule for those.
Yeah.
So at least 4 times a year you're getting together, either with your local big congregations coming together, or
so 2 general conferences and a state conference, but maybe 2 state conferences?
2 state conferences a year.
Okay. So pretty much the same, yeah. Because we had the 2 circuit assemblies where it would just be our circuit, and I think that evolved into the special assembly day. So I'll just say those 2, and I don't really remember. And then we had the big district convention that went from 4 days to 3 days. So we at least had 3, maybe 4 a year.
Okay. Well, I mean, that is, I don't know if you knew this, but the Jews of old had...
I've heard this somewhere.
4 seasonal, like, spiritual...
Like the Festival of Booths?
Booths?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just getting to booths.
So clever. Oh my God. We're both learning so much about each other.
Oh, both of us knew that.
But we did get some things wrong. So... And I'm just going to warn you now, like, the fact checks have been a little heavy, so we're going to keep things lighter going forward.
And if there's a particular grievous error that we've made, maybe we can highlight those. I don't know.
I was pretty thorough, but I think I was also long-winded.
Oh, so you're very thorough.
So I loved this topic. I'm so excited to see what we said wrong in the fact check. Not the fact check, the judicial committee.
Well, we can still get a little bit more wrong. If you... Oh, no, wait, you did kind of answer it, too. How often you have...
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of that as
I just went into it,
question.
like, I'm just like, we can just go right into
Your flow.
I know.
Wow.
I know, look at me.
Well, I got that wrong, so we can fact check.
You know what? I'm going to do that one in real time. You got it wrong. But stick around. Let's see what else we got wrong. We appreciate you listening.
Yeah.
If this is where you're going to leave us, we love you. Have a good night. Have a good day.
And as always, we appreciate your support, but this is also for us.
Yeah,
so
this is just for us.
Thanks for listening to our conversation.
We would be having this conversation whether you listened or not. So
actually, yeah, maybe not as organized.
We wouldn't be filming it. No, never as organized.
Yeah.
So.
But if there is any kind of takeaway, probably not about conferences unless you want to research that.
Oh.
Hopefully, any Mormons or witnesses who are hearing this, maybe there's some shared experience there. And if this is all foreign to you, you're learning about a religious culture.
Yeah. So be true to yourself. And please stay tuned for the Judicial Committee.
And please stand up against fascism.
Thank
That's
you.
the second PSA.
That's so good.
Love you.
Welcome back to the Judicial Committee. Thanks for joining me, Ben.
Yeah, thanks for doing some studying up. What are you, what are we fact-checking today?
Do you remember what episode this is? Episode 9.
Episode 9.
And it's about conventions
conference?
and assemblies.
Conferences,
yeah. We didn't allow firesides, and what was the other thing you wanted to allow?
Firesides and, was it youth meetings?
No, it was Trek. And I'm like, no. Trek. That's a discussion on its own.
Okay, so no Trek fact check.
You know what, though? But people would be fascinated with your version of Trek because the Maryland version of Trek is very different from the Utah Mormon version of Trek.
And from what I've heard, a superior version.
The Utah Mormon one? Or yours?
I liked mine.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a little biased, so
maybe.
We'd have to have an outside opinion.
I had fun, and we didn't kill a chicken like tradition.
Did they promise you that you might be able to kill a chicken?
Well, I know years prior had, and I don't know, that sounded pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've never killed a chicken.
Well, I never have either. But my dad grew up in a world where they used to have to kill chickens, so we heard lots of stories about chickens running around in yards with their heads cut off.
If we ever get your dad on here, we're going to have to ask him chicken killing fact checking.
Getting my dad on here would mean he would have to know we have a podcast, which can't happen. So if you know my dad, don't tell him about the podcast.
All right. We'll still bring up dead chickens.
Okay, so I do have some facts for conventions, assemblies, and conferences.
Okay.
And stake conferences even. And general conference.
Yes.
Yeah. So my first fact is, how many conventions or assemblies do witnesses have each year? I couldn't really remember. I was throwing out lots of numbers there, but they have 1 3-day district convention and 2 1-day assemblies. So it's way less than when I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's good for them. I also talked about the food that they used to serve. They stopped serving food in 1995. It was so sad. It was such a bop that you could show up and just get breakfast, lunch, snacks, soda,
why stop
things we
in the
never
90s?
got.
Was there any explanation as to why?
I'm sure it was a money thing. Like they used to just give it to us for free, and then they made us pay for it, and then they just.
And now it's bring your own picnic basket.
And now, so now it's like you're on your own for food. But you're not allowed to leave the convention hall. Remember, I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Although my dad's family, the ones that lived in Colorado, the ones that I questioned whether or not they were good witnesses, they would go to lunch every day.
Like leave the...
Yes.
Wow.
So it's just another sign that they were not good witnesses.
Okay.
And they can fight me on that if they ever listen to this or talk to me again. What festivals did the Israelites attend? So we talked about the witnesses do these conventions, assemblies, because they say, we're just continuing the Jewish tradition of festivals. So there were 6 annual festivals, 4 periodic festivals, and 2 festivals that started after the exile in Babylon. 3 of those were pilgrimage festivals, which required all males to travel to Jerusalem, which is, remember the whole story of Jesus getting lost from his family? He was preaching in the temple.
Oh, yes.
Because he just needed to. That was one of those, male pilgrimage
to Jerusalem.
Yeah. So the men had to go,
okay.
But usually they would take their family. So these festivals started while they were enslaved in Egypt, and Moses asked Pharaoh's permission for them to leave Egypt and go celebrate a festival to Jehovah. Do you remember that? No. That's where the whole catalyst started. It was like, we're fine living here, Pharaoh, but we need to go worship our God. Will you let us go? And he's like, no. And then it just escalated from there. So,
okay.
Much like, well, never mind. I was going to say something about modern day Israel, but and escalation. But we don't need to say it. It's already in the news. You can look it up. My favorite festival was the Festival of Unfermented Cakes, just because it sounded delicious. It really did sound good.
Okay. Is that something you actually celebrated?
No, but that's what the Israelites celebrated, and we talked about it a lot.
The Festival of Unfermented Cakes.
Okay.
Does sound delicious.
So Hanukkah is one of those. It's a modern day version of those festivals, right?
Okay.
Hanukkah, you probably know this. It's the Festival of Lights. Instead of 1 day of presents, you get 8 crazy nights.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Do you remember
Adam
that?
Sandler.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just glad you know that. In John 10, chapter 10, verse 22 and 23, it referred to the Festival of Dedications, which became Hanukkah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go. What is the timeline of LDS conferences? And when I say timeline, you talked about the meeting schedule, because I was interested in that. Like, I wanted to know the specifics.
Is it 10 o'clock Utah time?
Ben, that is so good. You are still a good Mormon.
Uh-huh.
You could still go to church on Sunday and not skip a beat.
Oh, I'm sure I could blend right in.
Yeah. So you said there were 4 different 2-hour meetings, and you were right.
Well, and priesthood session.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Okay.
You already are smarty pants, so...
Well, let me correct you while you're doing all
how
this
about you let me
fact-checking.
tell you how smart you are.
Ooh, tell me.
Can you believe I'm just fact-checking to prove that you were right?
I'm fine with this.
Okay. So, 4 different 2-hour meetings, 10 to noon, and then 2 p.m. to 4. Mm-hmm. And then priesthood members go to a Saturday night session. There's an evening session on Saturday from 6 p.m. till 7:30. And some of the highlights from this year's evening sessions were: deep inside each of us is a desire to return to our heavenly home, and Jesus Christ is our heavenly guidance system. He is the way. And if we become casual in our discipleship of Jesus Christ, it could be catastrophic for our children.
Okay. And are there any Bible or Book of Mormon references to back this up? Because that's how the witnesses would do it.
Oh, yeah, no. There's no scriptural reference for this. Okay. These are just like themes within their talks.
Oh, okay.
And I got that from LDS.org or whatever the official website is. Yeah, it wasn't Mormon.org. It was the LDS.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, Ben, you were right. Way to go.
Check.
Mm-hmm. When did the LDS Church make an announcement about women having a second piercing?
Ooh.
So I want to know if you know what year and then what prophet would have said it.
I would guess Howard W. Hunter.
I love this. Good.
And 94.
Well, you can't be right about everything.
Okay, tell me.
It was September of 2000.
What?
And it was Gordon B. Hinckley.
What?
And he was speaking to the Relief Society at the General Relief Society broadcast on Saturday night. Is that a thing that you recognize?
Well, I never listened into it.
Okay.
I didn't know that they had a...
Would your dad listen to the Relief Society broadcast?
I'm at a total loss because that doesn't align with the story.
Okay. Well, it was a Saturday night session, though. So, anyways, he spoke to the mothers and future mothers, counseling them on the church's official statement on tattoos and body piercings, which discourage piercing of the body for anything outside of a medical reason. So it went even further. So maybe he softened it in the speech, but that's the official statement at that point.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So who was your mom pregnant with, or what kid was?
I mean, in 2000,
a baby, September of 2000.
It would have been my second youngest. Oh, September. No, my second youngest sister would have been born earlier that year. So one more.
E2?
E3.
E3. Okay.
It was born in 2000.
Okay, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
What month?
March.
Yeah, that's right. She just had a birthday.
Aries.
So. Okay. All right, so there you go. So she was just a baby and couldn't go.
Just a baby.
Well, and who would want to go sit on uncomfortable chairs in the stake? Because it was the stake at that point, right?
For
your branch
society, I don't remember my mom ever leaving to go listen in on a general relief
your
society
your
conference.
dad came home from whatever meeting and said...
But he wouldn't have gone to a Relief Society one. So that's where I think I've got some
But maybe he was just speaking to... I don't know. That's what it said on their official website, so...
Okay.
My facts are only as good as the internet, so it's not very good.
Everything on the internet is true.
That's true.
Need to find
I know. QAnon! Does the federal government require churches to meet annually? And the answer is no, because they cannot control anything to do with religion. But the IRS can require that they meet, and they do.
Okay,
yeah.
And IRS is not
thing.
Technically the federal government?
Well, it's just like, if you want to be a tax-exempt status, then you have to do this. Yeah.
Makes sense that is an IRS prerequisite.
I know. It was fascinating because, I don't know a lot about tax codes, but if you're a church, you just automatically become tax free. Like, there's no requirement. Like, if you're a regular nonprofit organization, like, you have to prove all these things, and it's like, oh, just be a church.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter.
Can we be a church?
We probably could. The church of the church of the two X's. When I learn it. And this is crazy because, like, normally we've had a cocktail or something, and I feel like I'm just as loopy as I ever am. So
there we go.
So there you go, folks. Now you know it's just a me problem.
No, this is just how we are.
How many verses does God be with you have?
God be with you till we meet again. I would guess 4.
Okay. Well, it's 3 verses and then the chorus.
Okay, so 3 verses, same chorus each time.
I feel like this is just a you are right.
What?
Me trying to prove you wrong and you were right. But
I just guessed 4.
Do you remember what this fact is about?
It must have been when my family sang that arrangement.
Oh.
Oh, that's right, because we did sing the first 2 verses
and remember,
with the standard 4-part harmony and then that different
And I said
verse.
that they all were the same. They said the same thing over and over again.
God be with you till we meet again. God be with you till
Yeah,
we meet again.
and I can assure the listening audience that that is not true.
I think most of us probably assumed that was not
Well,
the case.
I mean, some people we just don't know.
Well,
So, yeah. So I will try to find the recording, but I don't remember where that was. Wasn't it in Cedar Hills?
it was... Yeah.
But maybe it doesn't exist. That's so sad. I think something's wrong with my phone.
Okay. Well, this is something else we can also fact check and return to. We're not going to play the recorded version
I wanted
here.
to because it was so pretty. You guys did a really good job.
Well, thank you.
And it's lost. It's lost to the internet.
That's okay, though.
Thanks, Cloud. What role did my dad play in the drama?
Oh, that's right, because we were unsure if he was Pharaoh's servant.
Yeah, well, I thought he was
or
Potiphar's wife.
servant.
So Potiphar's servant. I guess that would be the Pharaoh. No, Potiphar worked for the Pharaoh. But it was the story of Joseph and his brothers. So, Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh, yes.
And when Joseph is sold into slavery and then he ends up working for the Pharaoh, and then the Pharaoh lets him go, my dad is Pharaoh's servant, cup servant, who catches Joseph with stealing the cups and then brings him back to Egypt.
Oh.
Do you remember the story at all?
No. Was Joseph given the cups by the Pharaoh?
No. So he was just freed to go back to his family. And the Pharaoh was tricking him and had his servant put cups in Joseph's bag so that they can accuse him of stealing. So then he would have to come back and work for the Pharaoh.
Wow.
But then it ended up being, I can't remember, his brothers vouched for him after all those years after they sold him into slavery.
Oh, yeah, and didn't they say, no, we did it?
Yeah.
We stole.
Yes.
Aww,
and then the Pharaoh was
right.
so happy with everyone that he said, you know what? Your people can live in Egypt forever. And then he enslaved them.
There we go.
Later on. That was later.
Different Pharaoh.
So yeah, my dad was part of the first part of that story.
Okay.
And then finally, does East or South Seas Chinese restaurants still exist?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Was this in Ogden?
No,
Bountiful?
it was in Bountiful. And remember, this was the one time a year we would go out to eat.
Yeah.
During the district convention, one of the 3 days, we would stop there on the way home from Ogden.
And do we have a restaurant visit in our near future?
It's actually the North Seas. So I remember now, there was 3 or 4 of these in the valley. And this was the north one, because it was in Bountiful.
Okay.
The east one was in Mill Creek. And then, what was the other one? South one, I don't know where that was because we didn't go south. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so it doesn't exist anymore. But the building is still there. It's called the China Star of Bountiful.
Okay.
And I think we should go one of these days.
To the building?
No, to eat there. It's not the same, but at least I could be it looks just the same.
So,
or I could be I don't recognize anything.
So the building is their different restaurant.
Right.
I see.
Yeah. Chinese Star.
Well, we'll have to check it out. Maybe this becomes a new tradition.
You know what? Look for a review on Google of the Chinese Star by the Two EXES.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you'll know. Skip.
Yeah.
All right. So that was it.
Wow.
What did you think of them?
No,
that was a lot of info.
And it was really interesting returning to a lot of these memories about the conferences and the meetings that we've attended. So thanks for clarifying. And if at some point in the future you are ever able to sit through a general conference,
that's not happening.
I mean,
I love to go to your dad's house on conference weekend and eat tapioca when it's over.
He always makes tapioca pudding for intermission.
So I will definitely be a part of that.
Yeah,
but
that's
I'm
a good
done
tradition.
sitting through church meetings.
Even if we're playing that little game where we're filling in the squares.
I mean, that would be fun, but no.
Yeah. We'll
It
see.
just sounds so...
Maybe.
All right, stay tuned. And you know what? Ethan, if we do find the song of Ben's family singing God Be With You, it's going to be playing right now. And it will play us out. Doesn't that sound like a great idea? So Ethan Jennings, we apologize for not putting you on this time. But we promise we'll still pay you for the song. Yeah, true. All right. 100% true.
Well,
This is it.
there we go.
Yeah, all right. Well, thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
See you soon. Bye.
And you smell the blood like a shark, and I watch while you easing.